I know it's better like this. We're grilling out. There's the moon. It is beautiful. I have a confession to make. I like to use the N-word. I'm not gonna lie to you. I realize it's a very bad, to a lot of people, that's a very bad thing. And I also believe, or I realize, it's very funny. I'm in the laundry room now, if you can't tell, because my roommates are inside, and they should not have to be subjected to me trying to make a Kickstarter video for this crazy idea. I was thinking, now when I say I like to use the N-word, I don't mean in a hateful way necessarily. I've never used it in a hateful way to my knowledge. As I've gotten older, I can tell you the truth. I have thought about it more in more hateful ways in various situations. It's really sad. I hate to admit it. But I've felt more anger towards many more things as an adult than I ever did as a kid. As a kid, it was just blind anger. Now it's like, socioeconomic engineering. So, what I want to do is make a documentary / reality show about my life and exploits and people I work with. I want to start something along the lines of a company that would be scientific in nature, but also artistic in nature. It's like an art project. Kind of, I want to see what happens. I play music, and I expect to play a lot more music for the rest of my life. I grew up playing it. I love it. I also work on computers. I'm sure that laundry machine, that dryer is just annoying as can be. I do CAD design, 3D design. I make stuff like this, where you take two pieces of steel and you put them together to weld, but usually I'm not the one doing the welding, even though I did this welding. It's pretty bad. But it holds, right? I'll represent it visually or digitally, either in 2 dimensions or 3, depending on the level of detail needed. I also design stuff like this crazy contraption that's made out of acrylic, plastic, and magnets. And I make stuff like this bicycle chain welded into a hook. I just like to make stuff. And I like to play music, and I like to imagine that I'll be able to build a building that's off the grid in the very near future and live in it. And run a business out of it, my career, out of building similar things and developing Middle Tennessee's mass transit system. And currently I'm working for a startup, and it's been an amazing experience. I just about completed my master's in engineering management, but I flunked out of some classes this summer that I didn't even need to be taking. I just took them for the student loan money, so I didn't have to get a real job. That was hard to say. I like having a real job. I think it's much healthier than the alternative. I found myself feeling better physically and mentally with this full-time job. But what I've always wanted to do, and what I still want to do, is this. I want to try to document the ridiculousness and the awesomeness, and hopefully a lot of good stuff, a lot of the good parts of this process I see unfolding. I saw this crazy reality show advertised earlier about the Army, and I was like, man, they got some good footage. How can you beat something like a reality show about the Army, you know? Because honestly, I want this to work and be effective. I want it to be like a popular thing where there's multiple people working on solving large problems, and it's being documented and being funded through the documentation, the revenue generated from this product. It's just like a documentary or a constant reality series. People are constantly reporting on it and researching on it, and I'm going over which I should be going over. I'm at 6 minutes and 21 seconds. That's a long time. Other than that, I've got hair here, not here. I got a scar there from where I fell on a fence. I'm kind of weird, man. I do a lot of weird stuff, like making stuff. I'm kind of an artist. I'm kind of a designer, engineer kind of guy, but not always the best at sitting in an office all the time. Plus, my undergraduate degree is in environmental science with a concentration. It's a freaking dryer over there too. I'm so sorry. Energy technology with a concentration. So that's what this thing you saw earlier is. This is another part of it. I was trying to create a perpetual motion machine, which is probably a really stupid thing for somebody to waste their time trying to do, but I was under the impression it was possible, and I still would like to think that it might be possible. But you know, windmills, solar panels, developing this stuff, building it, putting it in place, and not just as it is at my university. These technologies exist, but they're just kind of bland. They're just kind of there, and they're not. We've been building new buildings without water refill stations, just regular old water fountains, like brand new multi-million-dollar building, $250,000 buildings, and put regular water fountains in there, and with Coke machines right next to them, so that people will buy the Coke, I guess, instead of just refill a water bottle. This stuff needs to be addressed and talked about. I need to talk about it. Like I said, I have a job currently. I love it, but it's not necessarily my passion. This is my passion, talking about these issues and talking to other people about these issues and solutions for these problems. So I think I pretty much said it all at this time until further notice. We'll see what happens, I guess.